The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening is a remake of the 1993 Game Boy game, which I bought back in the day on Game Boy because I'm that old and crusty. The game was developed by Grezzo and published by Nintendo, and I played the game. Well, I originally obviously had it on the Switch, but then the frame rates really didn't agree with me because the original, where it plays on the original Switch, it's not fantastic. It's still a really good game, but the frame rates are just abysmal. However, I'm happy to report that with much better, with a solid frame rate and with better resolution, playing on the Switch 2, especially docked on a 4K TV, the game looks and plays absolutely amazing. So that's where I played it. However, this footage is captured off of trailers from YouTube because, like I said in my previous Monster Hunter video, I don't yet have any capture card systems set up to record footage as of yet from my Switch 2. So, bear with me on that one. However, The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening as a game I have a lot of nostalgia for because I still remember when I went into Toys R Us with some birthday money in the late 90s. I'm going to say, Tomb Raider 2 was out, I believe. No, what was it? I can't remember because I remember by going in with a little bit of birthday money and being able to buy brand new Resident Evil 1 Director's Cut for PlayStation 1 and then turning around to the Game Boy section and buying The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. There is a Link's Awakening DX which was re-released on the Game Boy for the Game Boy Color, but I just had the original one and I absolutely loved it. Struggled with it back in the day because obviously it's a Zelda and it's an old school Zelda, so it, for the most part, it gives you hints sometimes where to go, but not. And I'm not ashamed to say that with this remake on the Switch, I did look up a guide from time to time because, my God, it would have taken me the rest of my adult life to figure out what to do and where to go on Link's Awakening if I didn't do that. And I don't have all that kind of time, which is which is inevitable. However, this Legend of Zelda is standard fare for Legend of Zelda. It's obviously like isometric, so similar in style as it is with like A Link to the Past, for example, or the original Legend of Zelda game. The objective is to go through dungeons, 8 of them, technically 9. 10, as there's an optional one. And you can find 8 instruments that you need to wake the windfish. Link has been at sea for some reason, and he wakes up on Koholint Island. There's a mystery there, which obviously I'm not going to go into for story purposes, but you will find out. Although you don't find out why Link is at sea. That one right there is a mystery. But you can do all of the other standard stuff here in Link's Awakening. You can find and collect extra heart containers, cut all the grass, get loads of rupees, find loads of hidden treasure chests, do little puzzles to unveil more treasure chests. You can find hidden seashells, which then you take to a special hut and then you get rewards for finding them. You can find and buy equipment like the shovel, the boomerang, the bow, bombs, etc. But of course, things like the hook shot and whatnot and the flippers, you have to earn those whilst playing the dungeons. You have to unlock things that way. Of course, bombs can then be used to blow up hidden walls. They're not really that hidden, although some of them in the dungeons I did not see. Absolutely not. But then I do wear glasses and I'm nearly 40, so, it's probably just the crust around my eyes. There's also little mini games like the raft mini game and the claw game back in May Village. There's also, interestingly, I didn't remember this from back in the day anyway. I do remember a lot from the original game, but of course I couldn't tell you what was like specifically changed from the besides the graphics, music, and whatnot. But from the original game to this one, I don't know what they've added in or not. And but I don't really care that much to find out, but because it's all just golden for me. But there's an ocarina that you need to get, and you need the ocarina, and I did not know that until basically I came to a dungeon called Eagle Tower where I couldn't find the key, and then it was just crazy. But before I go into that, there's also like a trade chain that you have to do where you have to get a Yoshi doll from the shop, trade that Yoshi doll for something, to get something else, to get something else, to get something else, to be able to access a certain dungeon. And then you have to get into this Eagle Tower, for example, mild spoiler, you have to have the ocarina, learn a specific song, go to a place, move a statue. Once you've obviously unlocked the power bracelets for you to move really heavy stuff, and then you have to go down, you have to use said song to resurrect a cockerel to then fly you up into the Telltale Heights to get the key. I had to look up a guide for all that because I would never ever have figured any of that out for myself. Absolutely never. It would have taken me so damn long to do. But failing that, the game, aside from that, is an absolute joy to play, although difficult in parts where, like I said, I had to use a walkthrough to find out. I mean, I did it for myself where I could, like dungeons and whatnot, although in the final big dungeon, Turtle Rock, I did need a quick guide there because I was just running around in circles and I was so confused. And that one was that was the biggest one, I think, was the biggest dungeon. It was quite gnarly, but it was really good. I did enjoy every single dungeon in the game, even though I found a lot of a couple of the later ones were, for me, very challenging. Maybe not for you, but especially for me, it was I was trying to figure out what the hell to do. Whereas in the first lot of dungeons, I could figure it out quite easily. What you can also do in this Link's Awakening for the Switch is you can create your own dungeons and play them, and then you can unlock heart containers and other goodies whilst playing them. So that's really good because that can add on some replayability because the gameplay is solid. All the different puzzles are really cool. Obviously, if you want to go around and collect everything, you absolutely can. It's got a lot of really good music, and of course I do recognise the music from the original one, so it's pretty nostalgic for me there. But I had an absolute blast playing through this game. I've been playing through it all week. It's one of the games that I've had on my backlog now since it released in 2019, and I've wanted to actually get it done. I have all the Zeldas on the Switch, and obviously the two that are for Switch 2. I'm eagerly anticipating the next mainline Zelda, although I'm going to guess that it's some kind of remake of Ocarina of Time. I mean, I say guess. I really want a remake of Ocarina of Time. That's what I really want. But this Link's Awakening, if you have not checked it out on the Switch, please do. If you if you're a game collector and you haven't played, I'm fairly certain you have played or own Link's Awakening or Link's Awakening DX. But if you don't, you can get backup copies of the game. And it's one of my favourite Game Boy games. It's a fantastic game. It's very charming. It's got a lot of challenge to it. It's got a lot in it. If you choose to look up no guide whatsoever, you can probably get upwards of, 15 to 20 hours, like just trying to do a simple playthrough. That's not collecting everything. But then there are some people out there that obviously are a lot more intelligent than me and can figure out what the hell they're doing, because I really struggled at times. But here as well, you also get some animated cutscenes for the intro of the game and the outro as well. There is also a hidden ending, which I didn't get, I don't think. But it's a fantastic remake. It's a shame, really, that Nintendo didn't use this art style and remake the first Zelda and the second Zelda, because I really think the first and second Zelda could do with with remakes. Even if they are remakes and bundled together in a Zelda 1 and 2 HD collection thing, that would be really good, because as much as I love the original games, and the original Legend of Zelda is on my top 10 NES games for sure, the second one is not so great. The second one is I can do without the second Zelda. But Link's Awakening, 100%, I highly recommend. It's a fantastic game, like I said. With it being on the Switch 2, I have no negatives to say for the game whatsoever. If you're playing it on original Switch, like I said, the frame rates are going to be choppy when you're running around and going from frame to frame, which really, for me, annoyed the crap out of me. But it's sold very well. It's one of the best-selling games on the Switch, so, it's not a bad game at all. Of course it's not. It's a fantastic game. But thank you very much for watching, and let me know down below what you guys think, and hopefully I should catch you on the next one.